So in the last session we were talking about the characteristics of sole trading concern. So in this video we are moving forward with the pros and cons of sole trading concern. Here a small term which I want to tell you to slightly move your mind also to economics is like sole trading in economics term is called as monopoly. Where there is a single seller and many buyers. So here sole trading concern, as you all know, we have to revise the definition once again, that is given by James Stephenson. That is an individual who runs his business by and for himself, exclusively by himself and for himself, is what called as a sole trading concern. And now, as I already told you the characteristics, there were only 5 characteristics, but when coming to pros and cons, there are 6 pros and 5 cons. So what are those? Let's discuss it. Simple and quick. So when I am itself a sole trader, it's upon me. Like now I got a wonderful idea of starting a business. It may be I have some 1,000 rupees. With that, what I want to do is I will buy some products which is worth of 500 and then I'll sell it to other costs, like whatever I use my strategies and then sell it. Business can be done either in 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 1,000 rupees or 10,000, whatever it may be. That those are margins, but there is no rule that you should only do the business with lakhs or crores. Okay, so that is what called as simple and quick. The second you get an idea, the second you can implement it and you can earn the profit. So that's called simple and quick. Okay, so done. Sole trader is having that advantage. Okay, then quick decision making. Quick decision making in the sense you're only the single person, you're not at all involved with others. So if it is a partnership, then you have to talk to your partners. The partners might be here or somewhere else, and other thing is they may also not accept your decision even if it is correct. They think in their point of view they may have some other point, and that is also a disadvantage. But when coming to sole trading, you have an advantage, like you yourself can make a decision, and if it is correct or wrong for the circumstances that you are going to face, but you have that power of decision making. And then secrecy of information. So as I told you, it is called monopoly in economic terms, and it is competition, monopolistic competition, where there are many competitors. So sole trader means you are not at all a sole trader. In a street there may be some 60 members who are doing this sole trading business. You are doing fruits, he is dealing with vegetables, some other is dealing with flowers, and some other is dealing with some items. So they have the strategies and you have the strategies. So if you are going on telling for others, that might be like revealing your secrets or strategies. So that's not at all correct. So secrecy of information will be here. But in partnership, if they are expecting to change their business to others, then they might reveal the secrets to other parties also. But in this sole proprietorship, you have that advantage because you yourself never go and tell anyone like these are my profits, I am going to do this, so that's the reason I am getting this profit. Okay, so that's called the secrecy of information. Then personal contact with customer. So if you take a supermarket and a general stall, like a small fruit stall and a general supermarket. If here in the small fruit stall you have an idea like you can tell the vegetables or the fruits are not fresh, so you can directly go to the owner and you can tell no sir, or whatever you call him. So you say that vegetables or fruits are not correct and they are not fresh, so he will try to get the fresh things next time. But here in supermarkets you go, but can you tell them? The owners will be and there will be the managers and general delivery boys and customers. So what will they tell if even you say the goods or products are not so fresh or not so healthy? If you want, you take it. Otherwise, leave the shop. We are not bothered for that. But it's not the case near this person. He tries to further improvement. Like he tries to get fresh stock next time. So that's what personal contact with customer means. Customer can directly go and talk with the sole trader, or the sole trader can also mingle with the customer to know his views. So customers are really the person, if they are happy, your business will succeed for long life. But if they are not satisfied, see, like they're asking you carrot but you're giving them brinjal, then that is not done, right? So that's called personal contact. And then least government interference. Until you're not indulged in some illegal activities, or your products are not polluted, or you're giving the stuff which is really healthy and which is really good, then the government is not involved. But if there is any loss to others or the consumers because of your products, then the government is interfering here. So I can't tell there is no government interference, but we can tell it as a least government interference. Okay, clear with this point? Then easy transfer of business. As you know, we have many companies outskirts, like outskirts of the state, outskirts of the city or anything, we have many companies. So these software employees, whenever they come back and go to the jobs, that might be night shifts, morning shifts, mid shifts. So this kind of thing, like they find hungry or something, they find some food stalls. So this, you can see this caravan businesses. So they open their tiffin centers at the bus stands, some railway stations, some auto stations and all. So they run the business. Once they find customers are done, then they'll shift automatically to the next place. So this is the best real-time example which I can give to this topic. Not only food but also many things like clothes, and you can also see on the highways they sell some clothes, putting on the doors of the cars and vans and etc. So accordingly they come, they touch and they see it and they buy. So like that, eyewear, specs, dresses, coats, jeans, and also many footwears, etc. So they switch on their business here. Once again they shut down. Once if it is done, then they can shift to the other places. There are many business even it is which is easy to transfer. So these are all the pros. And coming to cons, risky. As I already told you in the characteristics, it is risky. So because it is sole trader, he is just investing the less amount of investment. He can't bear much amount of losses. Whatever he gets, if there is a strong flood or cyclone, once it damages the whole thing, then how can he bear? That's a risk. He should be prepared for that. So that's called risk. And then low investment, as I told you, because he is a sole trader and he is he's not having some sound knowledge about the finance or amount and all, because it is a sole proprietorship, and even the people who give loan or sanction loan may also feel like may not grant much loan for him, because you are running a sole trading concern. If you are going to face the loss, again if you are trying to not to evade, you're not going to pay back, we are going to be in the loss, so we are not going to sanction you that amount. So in the same way, that low investment is one of the disadvantage or demerit to the sole trader. And then uncertainty in the business. Business will always not be certain in any case, either it is sole proprietorship, partnership or joint stock. But in partnership and joint stock, there is at least some person who is behind you to help you, like your partners or your general public. Whoever is working in your firm also may give you some ideas like what is it. But in this, the sole trader is only responsible, as I am first keeping on telling you from first. So uncertainty is always there. We can't always assume. Even the business believes in going concern concept. As I told you, the convention of conservatism, that you have to anticipate the exit in your entry itself. Not only exit but also the risk. This kind of laws and concepts and conventions will go into the business directly, and that is essential for any business, either it may be sole proprietorship, partnership and also joint stock. Okay. So then less profit. Obviously, low investment, low profit. So for that we can't do anything. If the trader has some 20 lakhs of amount, he can go for partnership because he is not having that financial assistance. He is going for sole trading. So that will be a small advantage. But then he can come up with his skills. But this is one of the disadvantage because he is investing low. He'll get less amount of profit. So lacks expert view. Expert view in the sense, now if you are a customer, if you are happy, then you can, until you have a family friend who is really good at all these things, he has a knowledge. If he is happy with your service, he will give you some small idea how to develop your business. But until you are not with a good touch with your customers or with your own ones of who people, you are not accepting the suggestions, then how can they come and give you suggestions when it is coming to sole proprietorship? No. And even for giving for sole proprietorship, people might think twice and thrice, why should I advise him about all these things? Other than that, I can start my own businesses. So no one is ready to give free advice nowadays. So lacks expert view. These are the cons. Let's discuss once again pros and cons. Simple and quick decision making, secrecy of information, personal contact with customers, least government interference, easy transfer of business. Here coming to cons, risky, low investment, uncertainty in business, less profit, lacks experts view. So I hope you understood what is the pros and cons and what is the sole proprietorship all about, and then also you remember the examples which I gave you. So if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe and stay tuned to Shrestha. Thank you.